My name is George Lois, and I'm the master of mass communications in America, and possibly the world. What speaks for me is my work. You know what I mean? People say, gee, I'm good when I talk about it, but what speaks for me is my work. I couldn't say the things I could say unless my work wasn't innovative, exciting, dramatic. They call me a cultural provocateur, you know. My Esquire covers are still thought of as being iconic. They were anti-war covers. They were making statements about America that were shocking people, you know. I knew when I was a very young boy, when I was 6 or 7 years old, that I was going to be some kind of an artist. I absolutely knew it. I would draw. Literally, I would get up from the time I was 6 years old in the middle of the night, like when everybody was asleep, and I would draw a couple of hours and go back to sleep. I somehow knew I was going to go into some kind of designing where I could use words and visuals, posters, etc. So it was natural that I went into advertising. I had an incredible career. I worked for great people. And then finally I went to Doyle Day and Bernbach, which is basically the first creative agency in the world. And something made me say, I want to do something incredible. I want to start the second creative agency in the world. I was 28 years old. And everybody thought I was nuts. I mean, they thought everybody, people I respect were saying, you can't, George, there could only be one great agency. And I started it, and we were successful in a day, in 2 days, 3 days, boom, boom, boom. So from 1960 to the year 2000, I had my own agencies. I've always got clients who were in trouble, or weren't doing well, or just starting off. I never worked for clients like the General Foods of the world that they spend $100 million and they do this lousy advertising. They would never let me do the advertising I wanted to do. I did campaigns for somebody like Tommy Hilfiger. I did a commercial that said, the 4 great American designs for men are, and it said C dash dash dash, you figure out Calvin Klein, R dash dash, you got to fill it in Ralph Lauren, P, Perry Ellis. Then it said T dash 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 dash, H dash dash dash. Tommy's mother didn't know that was him. The next day there was an article in the paper, who the hell is T dash 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 dash? Everybody was trying to find out who he was. A couple of days later he was on the Johnny Carson show. It was the big talk show back then. And a couple of months later he was a rich man, you know. That's the only way I want to work, because if you don't, it's not a challenge, it's dull. I love the idea of the challenge. I almost can't exist not having a problem to solve. A design problem to solve, you know, whether it's in advertising or whether it's a logo type or branding. I don't think of it as work, you know, I think of it as breathing, you know.